Hello everyone and welcome to QMetry video tutorial series where we'll talk about some most amazing feature of QMetry Test Management for Jira. My name is Brijesh Patel, working as a product specialist at QMetry, and today I talk about test authoring where you will see a different way of creating test case with its simple and intuitive UI and also leverage other QMetry feature for effective test authoring. So let's get started. How we can create a new test case into the system and organize those test cases in a folder-based hierarchy along with one of the important and the useful feature called the data parameterization versioning and the dynamic sorting and filtering option. So in order to create a new test case, you just need to click on this particular plus test case icon and you need to follow the instructions. So first of all, you just need to define your summary or the descriptions or the standard field which you would like to scope in terms of this particular test case. So I can define my summary or the standard field like priority, status, assignee, sprint, label, component, fixed version, estimated time. If you have set any kind of custom field, you can also set the value of the custom field from here, and you can set a number of custom field via our configuration menu in QMetry for Jira, and then you can define all these steps, all the data parameterizations right here, and you can attach anything right here on the test case level. So let me just go back and open one of my particular test case which I would like to give you and use as a reference. So here you can see that this is one of my login data parameterization example test case which I have already scoped in with the different detail, the custom field, and under step you can see that you can able to create a new step for this particular test case in terms of the step summary, the test data, expected result. You can leverage the rich formatting options provided by the QMetry. You can do attach anything on the test step level. You can clone your test step, and the important feature which I would like to highlight is the data parameterization. So we do test a certain functionality based on the data set itself. So you in order to test the test case or anything or any functionality, you need to set your data grid right here. So to define this variable, you just need to go to the QMetry and define first of all your variable and the data set, and then you just need to come on the test case and use those variable under the parameter sections. So I have used first of all my variable called the username. I can click on this add column and select my variable, and under that I can select the data which I would like to use from that particular variable. And the second option I have selected as a password. So what I would like to do, I need to test my login functionality based on this particular data set, and this will be replaced directly under your test cycle with this particular value. So you can test all this data. It will give you a 6 group options, and you can test all this username and password combination. So this is very important feature you can leverage in terms of the authoring purpose. And now under attachment you can do attach anything. So I have just attached one of the sample image or the wireframe which I would like to highlight, right? And then under execution you can see the entire execution history of this entire test case, under which test cycle it was executed, what was the execution result, what was the environment, and you can see all the who executed then on which date and time, what was the version, and if there is any defect linked with that particular test case, you can see all those data right here. And you can also do and create a new version for your test case. So if you would like to change anything on your test case level and come up with the new version, you can just create the new version, and you can also able to refer the previous version. So let's refer the version 1, where you can see that my version V1 it's executed multiple times into a different test cycle, and this is the execution train going on a different platform on a different build. and we have the entire story coverage. So if I would like to figure out that if my test case is linked or associated with how many stories or what kind of those story, you can see this particular sections and you will come to know that entire traceability along with your story or the requirement. At the same time, you can go here and link any of your story residing in any of your Jira's projects. So it's not always necessary you can link your the story which belongs from the same project. You can link any of your story residing in any of your Jira instance. So let me go to the flight reservation and need to select this particular create vendor portal and just submit. So now this particular test case is just gonna associated with this particular story. And then you can do comment here and collaborate with your teammates, and here you can see the entire audit logs in terms of this particular test case, who did what kind of the operation on which date and time. And this is sometimes really help you in terms of the compliance point of view, or to figure out if something goes wrong, what went wrong on which date and time and who did what kind of the thing. Now let me move back to the test case. So here, once you created your test case, it will be added to your folder, and the entire test case grid will help you to see the overall insight about your test case on the screen itself. And on the left side, you can see that you can select your project and create your folder tree structure. So this is the organization mechanism which we provide, wherein you can create the entire folder tree structure based on your need or the requirement and organize your set of test cases into a different folder. It could be based on different testing methodology, different testing module, or the feature and the functionality which you have provided. So I have created my folder structure based on my need. You can create your own and organize your set of test cases into a different folder. So let's consider a regression related test cases which I would like to segregate, and then I would like to directly execute them. So what you can do, you can directly select those test cases and perform a bulk operations. You can add to your existing test cycle. You can directly associate those test cases with your story, or you can also perform a bulk update. And the things which I would like to explain about one of the reporting aspect you can consider, or the things which you would like to see the overall progress right here, that what kind of those test cases are there, what kind of the status are there. This entire grid is very dynamic. You can set this column and the entire view based on your need. So we do provide the dynamic sorting and the filtering option, wherein you will decide what kind of the column you would like to see on the screen and what will be the priority of those columns. At the same time, you can do filtering as well, wherein you will decide what kind of the filtering you would like to apply and have those data, and you can also perform a bulk operations. So once you click that, you can see those filter. You can also save that filter for your later and stage use, and you can filter all accordingly. So this is all about the entire test case creations, organizations, and the entire the functionality which you can leverage in terms of the effective test authoring purpose. Thank you so much guys for watching us. If you would like to try and download QMetry Test Management for Jira, just scan this QR code and you will be navigated to the marketplace website where you can download the QMetry Test Management for Jira. Or if you can visit marketplace.atlassian.com and search for the QMetry Test Management for Jira, you will download the QMetry for Jira and take advantage of the free trial. Also, you can reach out to us for a one-on-one demo. Or if you have any question, query related to the QMetry Test Management for Jira, then send me an email at QTM4J@QMetry.com. Thank you. Have a great day ahead.